Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, there has been quite a number of things that have happened in my life. I have learned many things, and so I decided to make this YouTube channel based on all of the things that I've learned. Since I have gained traction with my YouTube channel, I have gone from 70 some subscribers all the way. I basically doubled my subscriber count in the past 20 days or so. And I'd like to double it again. And that's why this video has such a raunchy title. But it's true. I was a child nudist. From the ages of 5 to 12, I would vacation in Germany with my mother, and I would be on a nudist campground for some of that. If you don't believe me, I have physical evidence. Just give me 1 second. It's right over here. This is a lanyard from, this is a defunct website, but if you can read this, it says www.lbn-duisburg.de, and you can see that right there. This is a lanyard. So if you search up lbn-duisburg.de, the page will, it'll 404, but you can still find their Facebook, and you will see that that is a naturist settlement, campground, park, what have you, club. My other video that gained a lot of traction and is currently going exponential in its viewership, and the amount of subscribers I'm gaining from it is quite astounding. It's titled Schizophrenia and Semen Retention. And I know child, nudist, and semen all being in the same context is probably going to get me flagged pretty quickly. And this is just a testimony. And I'm probably going to have to put the word testimony in the bio or description of the video, just so anyone that's glazing over it on YouTube on their and sees that this is me on my vlog channel talking about, hey, this thing happened to me. And like I said earlier, this channel is based on all the things that I have learned from my learnings. They say the subconscious is a steel trap, and it retains every piece of information we've ever learned. And I find that is entirely true, that if you sit down and you really, I mean, like, it's not something you can sit down and try to do, it's something that just happens when you're ready to completely unlock your subconscious. You sit down, you meditate, and you basically scroll back your entire life, and you realize everything that's ever happened to you in a single night. And it's a profound experience. My name is Liam of Bishop Vlogs. Liam Christopher Bishop, that's me. The video that is gaining traction right now, and I pray to God this video gains the same amount of traction, because this is something that I want people in my corner for, because I was 5 years old. I had no say in this. The video that gained traction was schizophrenia and semen retention. A lot of people saw the video and believed that I was fine, as others would say, and I'd like to believe them. I would really like to believe that I've been gaslighted by my mother into believing that I'm schizophrenic, because this would make me more docile in nature and put me more under her thumb, so to speak. Yeah, so one of the things I've learned from my recountings of information that I've gathered, once you have been taken to a place, you no longer have free will until you can break free of who has taken you there. As long as you're under their control, then you don't have free will. You will live in the state of maybe not unconsciousness, but inability. I'd like to say this quote, or paraphrasing of Egyptian Sultan Saladin, as I affectionately refer to him as Lord Saladin. The easiest way to corrupt the youth of a nation are to expose them to nudity and immoral sexuality. And I believe that's one you can take to the bank. Because I have done many corrupt things in my life only because I was a 5-year-old who was exposed to naked people. And believe me, humans are wired to see each other naked and begin some sort of sexuality. Another thing I've learned is that nudism, naturism as it is called, was propagated by the British royal family. I read that one on Wikipedia. Now, Wikipedia is constantly changing. It's hard to say what is true solely based on Wikipedia, but it's very clear that it's not a good thing to be naked in public, especially not from the ages of 5 to 12, as I was. I was actually approached by a female about the age of 14 when I was 12, offering me sex at this nudist campground, and I rejected her. This was only after I entered a sauna with multiple teenage nudist girls, and upon seeing them at the age of 12, confused and unknown to what I was feeling, ejaculated in public. And that was the first time that I ejaculated, was seeing 3 naked girls about the age of 14 and 15 in public. And if you've watched my video on semen retention, any of them, then you'll know that I'm a pretty devout follower of the practice. I learned about it when I was 14, and I've been implementing it as much as possible throughout my life. Yeah, so I guess not raunchy is a way to put it. It's kind of the opposite of what I'm trying to get at here. But Yeah. Now, I like the in before what do you call it? Arrow in before for saying I'm calling this out before it's being mentioned. I'd like to say in before, but your friends didn't turn out like this. Your sister didn't turn out like this. Well, I would like to say that my sister did turn out like that. That she was just as disgusting as I was because of this nudism event. And it was only covered up because I took all of the brunt for it. Yeah. So, looking back here, we have Great Lord Shiva being stood over by cosmic ruler of current Yuga, Kali. And we can see Shiva, Mahadeva, is not nude himself. He's wearing a loincloth. Because even God should be covered. Kali is covered. Even her breasts are covered. So moving on, I found myself to be a very, very, very intelligent teenager. This was after years of celibacy. At 16, having years of celibacy under your belt, you find yourself with many spiritual powers, subtle powers. Spiritual and subtle are almost interchangeable in my eyes for how I use them. You have subtle power as a any sort of retainer, and at the age of 16 you have a massive amount of sexual drive, which is what fuels the abilities pronounced by celibacy. But at my age, I was under the belief, being raised by a German mother who is notoriously, their culture is notoriously chaste or sexually reserved or suppressed, you could say. And then my paternal grandparents were former Mormons who were excommunicated for wanting to reveal church secrets. And so they still were very conservative, and I was raised to believe that sex was not something to be done at my age, and so I did not find myself taking any initiative to have a sex life at the age of 16, which is perfectly legal in the state that I reside in. However, there is a law against taking a child, well, not taking a child to a nudist camp. There are laws against sexual tourism. There we go. There are laws against sexual tourism in the U.S. that if you go across borders to, let's say, Siam, and you have sexual tourism with something, a child, then you would be prosecuted in the United States for that crime, because it's still seen as a crime, because it is a crime to cross the border for sexual tourism of any sort, anything that would be illicit in the state that you reside in, or the federal laws. I'm not a lawyer, but this is just what I understand. Yeah, so obviously you take that piece of information and perhaps a guilty conscience on the part of my mother, and you can see why I was being gaslit into believing that what I thought were voices in my head which were actually just my subconscious, and I had lost access to some of this because I was beginning to awaken sexually and begin to lust, as one might say, for like, when you lust, you lose your celibacy powers, quote unquote, your benefits from celibacy, your chastity. There we go. You lose chastity, which is one of the 7 holy virtues that amplify your Christianity, we could say. We'll have a little bit more esoteric definition for that, but having a notable amount of chastity would increase your Christianity. But you don't know what that means because a kitchen sink to you is not a kitchen sink to me, but you don't know what that means because you don't listen to what I listen to. Yeah, so I hope you guys got all that. That was 17 minutes of me talking about things that should never be talked about in any place other than, like, therapy. Cool. So thanks for watching. My name's Liam of Bishop Vlogs. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, like, so other people can see the video, comment on what you thought was interesting or what you want me to talk about, and subscribe so you can keep seeing my pretty little face. Thank you.